Redditors who almost died. What happened? When I got my wisdom teeth taken out, I got IV sedation. The next day my IV arm was a little sore. The next day it was more sore and a little red, so I called the oral surgeon who said it was fine, just take some Advil. The next day it was more red and more sore, same advice from the oral surgeon. The next day the redness was tracking up my vein, and the oral surgeon said it was fine. First nurse on the other hand firmly said to drop whatever I was doing and go straight to the ER. When I got to the ER they skipped me ahead of everyone in the waiting room and straight back to put different broad spectrum antibiotics IVs in each arm, and started me on a third one in pill form because I had a blood infection. I specifically remember them saying something to the effect of, "We don't have time to figure out what it is. We just need to kill it." Slept through a house fire. Ended up with 85% burns. Spent 14 months on hospital during which I had pneumonia 3 times, lung collapsed and had a cardiac arrest. Got diagnosed with systemic stage 4 double-hit lymphoma in May 2018. Lucked out that it had not spread to my brain CNS. 9 months of chemo later, I was in the clear. Still in the clear as of August 2022. Really with me since I 100% thought I was a hopeless case. I raised all my social media accounts and prepared my will and DNR documents, notarized. Everyone here saying spine-chilling stories. Meanwhile I simply had a cardiac arrest while I slept. I was bathing in a closed room with a gas water heater that was on cause someone else was showering. I woke up naked on the kitchen floor with my parents standing over me looking freaked out. I got gassed and they had to break the door down when I wasn't answering their calls. When I was 3 I tripped over my shoelace and dove into a marble table. The table shattered my nose and skull. It also fully exposed my eye, all the way past my temple. They had to remove pieces of marble from my brain. Doctors told my parents to start considering funeral arrangements. I'm now 34. I was hesitant to share this story about what the hell. Fell down a deep rabbit hole of drug addiction and used just a little bit too much in a gas station bathroom. I overdosed on heroin. I passed out and slid in a backbend between the wall and toilet. Paramedics came and they couldn't find a pulse and struggled to safely move me out of the position my body was in. The whole time I felt like I was just floating in some dark void like the bottom of a well. People's voices around me sounded almost like I was underwater. I seemed to have no concept of time. It felt like I was just out for a couple seconds, but it was several minutes until I was fully conscious. Obviously they revived me, and the near-death experience scared me so bad I never touched the again. I've been clean for 6 years. Violent home invasion when I was 25. I did everything the guy said and he did horrible things to me. He didn't end up shooting me. He was eventually caught and is now serving a life sentence in prison. Got very drunk at a house party, blacked out, and was found by friends vomiting while lying on my back. Happy they put me in the recovery position, but I shudder to think how differently that could have ended. I'm now 9 years sober. Appendicitis had progressed into a ruptured appendix. Extremely painful. 1 surgery failed, so I had a 2nd surgery that fortunately was a success. Surgeon flushed all my organs through to minimize the risk of blood poisoning. Fortunately the antibiotics won. Scary thinking about what could have been if I waited even 1 more day to go into the doctors. Everyone listen to your body. You know if something isn't quite right, don't leave it too long.